Hello, and this is Prince Magnum, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel. Okay, for a long time, I've been promising you all of you wonderful members of Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous, that eventually I was going to sit down and start doing videos specifically for you guys. And I started doing that, but right now, here lately, I've been in a process of restructuring the channel. But I hadn't forgotten you guys. Besides, it's too dang wet right now outside to work on Project Beauty. So now's a perfect time to get into the very first episode of Sober Talk. Okay? Now, today is really going to be geared for my first episode. It should be geared to newcomers. It really should. It should be geared to the newcomer. So if you're watching this video and you got a newcomer sitting in the room, make sure they see this video, okay? This is really for them. You know, the person who's just walking in for their very first AA meeting ever, or NA meeting, or any 12-step meeting, okay? So let's talk about that. All right, newcomers, you're walking in, and and people are going to say hi to you. They're going to welcome you. They're going to put a cup of coffee in your hand, and that's cool and all, okay? You're going to sit down for the meeting, and things are going to start happening. You're going to hear things like, you know, you're going to hear "keep coming back." You know, it works if you work it, and things like that. You're going to hear all those things. You're going to hear all those things. You're going to hear all the cliche stuff, and you know, and it's almost going to sound like like it's a typewriter, well, one of those teletype tapes that they used to have for the stock market back in the day. But that's just what all of us old members have been brought up to. But I'm not going to tell you all that today. I'm not going to tell you, keep coming back and things. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not going to tell you that. What I am going to tell you is is a couple of things that I wish I would have been told when I came into Alcoholics Anonymous. But I didn't find out for a couple weeks after my first meeting with my first sponsor, Sober Man. There was some things that he finally told me, and I wish somebody would have told me my first meeting. So here they are for you. So you've just went to your first meeting, and or maybe you've been to a couple of meetings, and I'm going to say straight up front, cold hard facts. If you're sitting in an AA meeting or an NA meeting, if you're sitting in one of those 12-step meetings, right away coming in, whatever it was, we don't even know what it was, whatever it was, if it was bad enough to bring you into a meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous, we know it was bad, okay? You don't have to compare that. Every last one of us in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, whatever the case may be, we all come in on a losing streak. I've not met one that came in and said, man, it's great out there. You find a newcomer like that, I want to talk to him. I want to know what's up, okay? Every last one of us come in on a losing streak. Every one of us, okay? And every one of us come in for different reasons. Mine was my fiance and had packed up our two daughters and had left. Now, I never got that family back, but I've got a different family now. I still love my daughters. I would love to see them, but that's just the way it is right now. That's the way that my higher power wants it. Okay, so you're sitting in a meeting, and right now I can guarantee you feel like you're at the bottom of the barrel. It's the lowest it can get. And you're only half right, okay? Two feelings that I can guarantee, that will be very apparent with every newcomer, including you who might be watching this video right now. Two feelings that you have. Number one, you feel useless, and number two, you feel unloved, okay? Guaranteed. I can even bet right now, if you're watching this video, you're going, yep, Prince Magnum's right. How do I know this? Because it's how I felt when I came in. I felt useless and unloved. Okay? Here's the things that I'm going to pass on to you. Okay? You're in there on a losing streak. You feel useless and unloved. Okay? The losing streak, that'll get better. Okay? You only have up to go from here. But the two feelings that you're feeling right now, okay? The uselessness. When you sit down, when a newcomer sits down in an AA meeting and we're saying things like, the newcomer's the most important person in the room and they don't understand why. Well, here's why. We see the look of pain in your eyes, okay? And it takes us back when we were on our losing streak and walked in, okay? When it had gotten that bad that we had to walk into an AA meeting, and it reminds us. The stories might be different, you know, as far as the details go, but the feelings are still the same, okay? And the reality of it is that when you sit there in a meeting, you're the newcomer, and we see that look of pain in your eyes, it takes us back. And for me being an alcoholic, I forget my pain. I forget the pain that it took for me to come into the program. So when I see a newcomer and I see that pain, it reminds me of it, you know, of my own personal pain that it took for me to come in. And if I ever forget that pain, I will drink again, okay? So at that moment in time, you're the newcomer sitting there right now. See, you know, you don't even have to say anything. All I gotta do is know that you're a newcomer and look into your eyes and see that pain. At that moment, you're saving my life and quite possibly everybody else's in the room. So at that point, you're not useless. Okay, that's just the cold hard facts. You are not useless. So if you're not useless, I guess that feeling can now go away. But let's take a look at it from another avenue, okay? Let's also go into the second feeling. You don't feel loved. How could anybody love me after everything that I've done? You're saving lives at that very moment you're in that meeting. You're saving people's lives. I can guarantee if you say, I'm the new guy or the new girl, I can guarantee that at that moment in time, not only are you saving lives, but the people in that room love you very much. Okay? I know when I see a newcomer, I tell them straight up, wherever you go, whatever happens to you from here, if you decide to keep coming back or not, just know that there are people right now who love you very much because you helped save their lives tonight. Okay? So I'm telling this to you if I can get a chance to see you in a meeting. Okay? If you've been around a while, make sure that newcomer knows that they're not useless, that they're saving lives, and that you love them because they're saving your life. Okay? Because a newcomer will keep me sober quicker than a person who's got, you know, a couple years under their belt. All right? So newcomers, if you're watching this, just know that when you sit down in your first AA meeting, or for a good while, I'm going to say at least for the first 6 months, you know, sitting in a meeting, at that moment in time, you're saving lives, and everybody in that room loves you very much. Okay? It's just unfortunate we don't tell our newcomers this. So that's the talk that I hope that you now understand of the importance of why we need you newcomers. You know, because you're saving, I know you're all saving my life today. So that just brings us to the end of the very first episode of Sober Talk here on the Prince Magnum channel. If you would, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You can definitely use the subscriptions. The more subscribers that I get from you guys, the more that I can do stuff like this, or whether it's with Project Beauty, or other stuff that I'm getting ready to dive into, and that sort of thing. You know, that's what this is all about. It's all about sharing what I have today. It may not be much to many, but it's something to me, and it's important that I feel I share it. Okay. So with all that being said, if nobody's told you that they love you, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.